Hello guys, my name is Brian Babineau, and I figured I would start a YouTube channel documenting my experience with going to Ireland on a working holiday visa. So this first video is just going to be about getting the working holiday visa and what I've done up till this point. I do already have it, so I'll just recap my experience and everything I went through getting it, and then hopefully I'll continue to make videos as I move along and what I do when I get to Ireland, and I'll just hopefully just keep updating you guys. Okay. So, how I got the working holiday visa, and the website is actually pretty transparent as to what the process involves, but I was worried that I was missing something, so I was a little worried, and I would have liked to have researched more about it and watched more YouTube videos about it. I didn't, so hopefully you guys are smarter and are watching this video or other people's that outline things possibly better. I don't know. Okay. But so there's actually two parts to getting a working holiday visa. In part one, I actually made a list here because this is the third time I filmed this video and I kept leaving stuff out. So, part one, oh, ignore this, I was doing something with music. But part one, you have to submit an application, and I'll show you all this in a second. But an application, a copy of your passport, 2 ID pictures, passport-sized pictures of yourself, a resume, your transcript, $4,000 bank statement, and your non-refundable fee. So, let's show you what all this looks like. It's a lot of paperwork. But the application was first, and you can print this off the website. I will also try and provide you guys with a link in the description to get the application, if I can figure that out. This is my first video, obviously, so hopefully. If not, I'm sure you guys can find it. It was, okay, let's see. Consulate General of Ireland is the name of it. If you type that in, Consulate General of Ireland, working holiday visa, I'm sure it'll bring it up. But check the description below. I think I can get it in. Okay, so this is what the application looks like. There's a first page, it's kind of like an instructional page on what to do. And then the second and third page are more what you would actually fill out. Or I think there's actually 4 pages. But it's more of what you would fill out. So you'd fill out your name, your birthday, your gender, your passport number, your address, phone number. Have you ever been to Ireland before? Have you ever had a working holiday visa before? What college or university do you go to? What your intended itinerary is for going to Ireland, employment history, let's see, have you suffered from any of these things? So it's a pretty self-explanatory application, pretty much what you would expect, nothing is too crazy on it. So I just printed that out, filled it out, put it in an envelope, forgot about it. And then you have to submit your transcripts to show that you attend college, or if you already graduated, you can also submit your thing that you get when you graduate. I don't remember what it's called. Your diploma. Sorry about that. You can submit your diploma as well. You just have to be, you can only have graduated within the past year to still be eligible to get this visa. And unofficial transcripts are a no-go. I actually sent them this first, and they reached out to me a couple weeks later saying they need my official transcripts. So, do not even attempt it. Just pay the however much your school charges to get your official transcripts. Mine was $5. Should have just done it in the first place, but I didn't want to wait, and I didn't want to spend the $5. But just send it. Then you don't have to deal with mailing it a second time. So, you need the application, your official transcripts, let me get my list out again, a copy of your passport, and all you have to do is just put your passport in a scanner, scan it out, send it to them. There's nothing too crazy about that. You didn't have to go through the DMV or anything to get the copy. Your resume, you actually have to have a current resume with references on it, and basically like what you would submit to a job. I made mine my summary, something about wanting to move to Ireland too, just to make them happy. But yeah, just a normal resume, update it, send it to them. You have to have a bank statement. Oh, there's a second resume. Oh, that's the one I sent to him. That's the resume I sent to him. I don't know why there's two in there. Okay, and you have to have a bank statement showing that you have more than 4,000 USD in it. And I'll block out my my bank number. 4,000 USD in it, and that's just so you can support yourself for a substantial amount of time during your trip. Is what they see on the website. So they just want to make sure you're not going to go broke when you're over there immediately if you do. So all of that, and then what else? A passport-sized picture. Yes, and then you have to send them 2 passport-sized pictures of yourself with your name written on the back. I don't know why they wanted the name, and I also don't know why they wanted 2 of these, because they only used 1, but send them 2, make them happy. What I actually did to get this is I screenshotted my student ID picture on my phone and I zoomed it in and I tried to like crop it down to where in my phone it was like a 2x2 kind of thing, and then I printed it out as a wallet size picture, and then when at Walgreens, I uploaded it to Walgreens, printed it out as a wallet size picture, and then I cut it into a 2x2 size. But it looks like they actually cut it more, so look up the dimensions of a passport size. I did 2x2, and it seems like that wasn't it. So, but they didn't argue with me. So, yeah. Or if you know how to just buy a passport size picture of yourself. I didn't, and that's why I did that way. Okay, let's see. That was all of part 1. You put that in an envelope. You send it to them. You don't have to tell them ahead of time that you're sending them anything, which is one of the more confusing parts to me, because I figured there would be... That's my laundry. Because I figured there would be like something online that you have to fill out, but you do not. And that is something I wish I would have... I was all worried about that, so it's something I wish I would have heard somebody else tell me, because I was like worried about that. I actually went on to the website and I almost applied for another visa trying to fill out something online so they know I was applying. Don't worry about that. Just send it to them in the mail. They'll get back to you. It'll be fine, as long as you're going for the working holiday visa. Let's see. So that was part 1. And then after I heard back from them, they said that you fit all the criteria and you can move forward with part 2. Part 2, and I didn't get any of my documents back until I got the visa. So if they don't send you the documents back or anything, don't worry about it. You will get it back eventually. Okay, part 2, I actually heard from them through email. They got my email through the application. I heard them through email that you can move forward with part 2. And let's see, you need to send them an airline ticket, medical insurance, and your actual passport. Okay, so medical insurance for me was one of the harder parts. Part 2 was all harder. You have to spend a lot of money in part 2. It is what it is. But I did IMG medical insurance. If you guys have ever heard of this company, if not, it's a scam. If you guys have heard of it and you like it or something, I'm just going to tell you right now, you're wrong. I've checked all of the reviews, and everybody that's ever tried to use their coverage says it's a scam. So I wouldn't really recommend using this unless you have other medical insurance, and they just need to make sure that you have international medical insurance. But for me, I have medical insurance through my dad because he has a job, and his job, they give him medical insurance, and I'm under his policy. But the way his medical insurance is set up, the more he works, the more medical insurance I get for further and further amount of time. But the working holiday visa, or the Consulate General of Ireland, wants you to have medical insurance throughout the entire year of your stay. It can't be like you have medical insurance for 3 months and then you're gonna get more medical insurance the more that you're, like for me, the more that my dad worked. They couldn't use that as medical insurance. So I had to buy my own. So I went the cheap route and got a scam because I knew I already had medical insurance. So IMG, keep your eyes out for that. It was really cheap, but it was a scam. It stands for International Medical Group, if you were curious. let's see. Then you have to send them your airline ticket. It has to be it doesn't have to be a round trip plane ticket, but you have to have a plane ticket into the country and a plane ticket out of the country when you send it to them. So me, I actually did get a round trip plane ticket, but I wasn't going to at first, so I called them up and I asked them, and they said I would be able to get a ticket into the country from where I'm from, San Diego, or LA is actually where I got the plane ticket from because it was cheaper. But so I can get a plane ticket from LA to Dublin, and then I can also get a ticket from Dublin to Rome, and that would work. All they said when I talked to them on the phone is that they wouldn't recommend doing London because it's so close. It kind of looks like you're scamming them, and they might see through that. So if you're going to try and just get a plane ticket out of the country for another, like a closer country, just so it's cheaper, so that you can, because you can't buy an airline ticket up to, I think like 9 months is the limit. So you could like buy an airline ticket up to 9 months in advance. So if you're planning on staying the whole year, you might have to go that route or get a flex ticket, but that's a lot more expensive. So I wouldn't recommend that. Let's see. And then all I did, I just kind of screenshotted my email and I sent it to them, and they didn't argue with that because it's my plane ticket. Let's see. Okay. Then my passport, obviously, and they already got the copy of it, so I think they're just trying to make sure I didn't Photoshop my passport the first time. And I sent all that to them after I heard back from them to start part 2. I sent all that to them, and I would say probably 3 weeks later, I heard back from them. Maybe a month later, I heard back from them, and they said, no, I didn't even hear back from them because I was out at school, and I used my mom's address as the mailing address. So 3 weeks later, my mom got something in the mail sent from the Consulate General of Ireland, and she didn't open it, and she didn't tell me that she had it either. So I came home for spring break, I think it was, and she handed it to me, and I was like, oh, no way, I got it. And they sent all of my original documents back, and then they sent me this. So they actually put it in a bigger one because this was too big to fit in the original envelope. But they sent me my actual working holiday authorization. And it has my information filled out, the dates that I can be there for. One of the 2 pictures that I sent them with my name on the back, you can actually see through it. I don't know if you guys can, but you can see through it to the name on the back. Let's see, issued at San Francisco, reference number, date of issue, and then stamp. So I have to bring this with me, and this is my visa when I'm in the country. Let's see, what else can I tell you guys? Because that was everything I've done to get the visa. Some tricks to getting the visa. So in part 1, when I was trying to hear back from them, and it took me like 3 to 4 weeks, and I still didn't hear from them. So I called them on the phone, and they're open super, super weird hours. It was like 3 hours every other day or something. I don't know. It was really weird, and they're not open Saturday to Sunday. So basically like 2 to 3 times a week for 3 hours they were open. So I called them up, and I left them a voicemail because nobody picked up. And I said, hey, I was just wondering if you guys have have reviewed my information and where you are in the process. And the next day, I got an email from them saying, we need to see your official transcripts. Your unofficial transcripts won't do. So I don't know if it was a coincidence or not, but it seems to me like it wasn't, that they emailed me back the very next day. So that's why I'm going to tell you guys, bug them. Bug them, bug them. Don't just sit there and wait. I've heard that from people that have just gone into the office, that they usually just have your packet sitting in the back of the office, and if you walk in, they'll take 5 minutes to go grab it and they'll hand it to you. So call them. They'll know that you want to get it sooner rather than in 6 months. I don't know how long they would have waited. Probably not that long. But they'll know that you want it right now, and they'll just hand it to you, or they'll mail it to you, or they'll email it to you, or whatever. Bringing me to my next point, if you live close enough, I would just recommend going into the office, which is also an option, I've heard. I didn't live anywhere close to San Francisco, which is where mine was, so I couldn't do that. But if you live close enough to the office, and I'll try and put the link to that in as well. So for me, it was San Francisco. I think there's one in New York, one in Chicago. There's a few more. But if you live close enough by, I would just recommend going into the office. If not, call them, email them, bug them, make sure they know you want the visa, and they'll get it to you. Okay, let's see. I think that's pretty much it for getting the visa. If I forgot anything, let me know. If you guys have any other questions, or if I didn't talk about something, let me know in the comments below. I'm pretty sure I mentioned everything. For getting the visa at least. And my plan moving forward, here, let me grab my plane ticket. I don't remember when I fly out exactly. But my plan for moving forward when I get to Ireland is I am flying into, where is it? Oh, that's it. Okay. I am flying into Ireland on June 5th. I'm leaving June 4th from LA at 2100 or so, was it like 9:30, I think? 21:35, so I think that's like 9:35 p.m. Landing in London at 16:05, so 1600, and I think that comes to 7 o'clock, 16, 17, 18, 24, so that's 8. Yeah, 8 o'clock. No, I don't know. I don't know military time, but I'm taking off at 21:35, and I'm landing at 16:05 on June 5th in London, and then I have an hour and a half long layover in London until I take off again, and I land in Dublin at 1900. So that's pretty late. So I will, I don't know, hope the cab companies are still going. I'm sure they are from the airport. But so I'm landing in Dublin June 5th at nighttime, and my plan is to stay in a hostel for the first week or two in Dublin, because I heard it's really hard to get a place to stay, and especially in the States, if you're trying to get a place to stay over there, no, people don't take you serious, or they just don't know you, so they don't want to rent to you. But so my plan is to stay in a hostel, and when I get there, start applying to rooms. I've already started applying, but nobody's gotten back to me. So when I get there, start applying to rooms to rent that people need roommates for. There's a bunch of them. If you go online, just type in rooms to rent in Dublin or in Cork or in Galway or wherever you're trying to go. There's actually a Irish website, like an Ireland website, .ie. So I think that's like the Ireland government. All right. So I was just rambling, obviously, and I ran out of storage in my phone. So I think that's a good time to stop filming. I don't quite remember where I was when I stopped. But yeah, basically, I'm going to try and keep you guys updated as I go throughout this process and as I get to Ireland. And if you guys have any questions or comments, let me know below, and I will try and check those on a regular basis to see what else I can help you guys with. If you guys need help getting the visa, if you have any questions about Ireland, or if you know of anywhere super cool that I can go check out, let me know in the comments below, and I will see you guys next time.